Good morning, everybody. Having a nice coffee morning. Do some coffee and futures prep for this morning. Won't be a long session, so that if you got to go to work, you can get off to work. You can set your limit orders, do what you want to do. It's not financial advice, just what I'm doing today in my early morning routine. Waking up at 5 a.m. I had to wake up at 4:50, but never easy. It is never easy to wake up this early. But I don't know. When I go to work, I have to wake up at about 4 anyway to drive like an hour and 40 minutes just to get there. So, how's your guys' commute? Drop it down in the chat. If you are not able to chat, it's because you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel. So just subscribe and then you'll be able to chat on in. Let me know how long your drive is in the mornings when you're heading to work. I know my wife's is like, she only has like a 15-minute drive. So I'm glad she does. But, without our wives and our significant others, we wouldn't have these awesome things like espresso machines in the house or tons of machines. And that's what I got. Got me a cup of coffee from the old fancy espresso machine. Pretty good. Can't complain. Won't complain. That's for sure. So last night turned out pretty good. As far as I know, nothing crazy happened last night. Besides, I held a position, went to sleep, held a position, and then it wicked me out and gave me my full take profit. I was pretty amazed, and it's doing the same thing this morning. I woke up. It was like $1,200 in profit, but that let's be honest, that's for the competition, that trading competition. Good morning, only price base. How are you? But setting things up like that in the morning are always very nice. Here, I'll even pull up the chart real quick. You take a gander. So right here. I entered a short at this position right here. And I think I set a stop loss somewhere down here. I can't remember where. Because just in case that, I don't want it to keep running. Or did I set it here? What time was this last night? Oh yeah, so 3, that was about midnight. Yeah, I set that last night. I was like, I'm going to bed. There's no need for me to be up. I gotta wake up. I gotta talk to the beautiful folks in the stock Moe community and the world, So I set this up last night and just let it ride for this competition. And so far, so good. We're sitting in a nice pretty. I'm just trading gold, and I usually trade it in the after hours session because there's more volume, more push, except for yen, because Asian session yen kind of makes sense. But I'm just gonna leave this one open and see where it takes me. There's a lot of green volume. This candle is doing things. We had a Bollinger Band break here. I'll probably close this out, to be honest. If it pops up above here, I'll be out on that. But pretty funny. Those are kind of cool mornings. So I'm going to show you real quick how oh, well, that'll happen. Anywho, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do today. So I bought a couple evals from some prop firms this morning. Just two of them, not a lot, just 2 of them. So because I hate having to log out and then connect to another broker and then log out and connect to another broker, it kind of gets annoying to like go across all those accounts. I have a trade copier that I go and I use. Sorry. So I have all these connected here. So it's kind of nice. It makes things really simple. As you can see, last night turned out very well. Very lucrative for the River Futures community. I sent out my trade last night. If any of you guys caught it, who are in the Earner Plus tier, shout out to you guys. Let's see if we can't pull this up. Yeah. So I initially had a 1-to-1 here with a runner. So I could probably pull it up on this chart where we were at. Right here. Remember I was talking about, hey, we're in this zone right now. We're in this zone of back and forth. And it did what it did, surprisingly what I said it was gonna do, so that's nice. Makes me look smart and not a fool. But it rejected off of this here. So instead of that continuation up into the new zone, it rejected back down. So I did tell you guys last week you can play into those trades after that rejection. And so when I saw it reject down, it went up and rejected back down and with volume. It rejected back down with volume. So I knew at that point, if you're following the stock Moe stuff, right? The Bollinger Bands were crossing, the EMAs were crossing. I decided to short that. And lo and behold, we got our full take profit on that one. I took another shorty right after that, just doing momentum trading. So this would have been a good momentum trade right here. If you wanted to, you could have gotten out at wicks or Bollinger Band breaks. Wait for a retest of like the 25 EMA or the 12 EMA. Wait for a candle closure bigger than the last one, and then you'd re-enter that position. And then you take it down. So I took one here, just based on the candles you can see. One here. I did one here too, but then I stopped here because it took me out of profit. So I stopped. I took another one here because it was bouncing off the 5. And I took another one here, but this one was break even. So yeah. That's a good momentum play. If you're, like I said, if you're trading your contract sizing, right? I just did one mini, but say you don't have the margin to do that. Say we did 5. We did 5 micros or 2 micros, right? And you ran it from here. You had your stop loss up here. It's $200. And you ran your stop loss down to my last one, which was here. Let's see where I was out, about right there. Okay. That's a $568 gain just off of that. And I think that percentage of move, we measure this out, that is about 0.62%. So just over 0.5% move, and that's what you got. You only had to move 28 points, 28.4 points. So some of you were asking the other day how long I hold positions. This would, if you would have held it just the whole time, it would have been a 3-hour long position. So kind of cool to see that, and like the leverage and the benefits that it does provide you, instead of seeing the negative effects that leverage can provide you, which we all know can take your money. So very cool. Very cool. Alrighty. If you guys haven't already, and you're not in the Earner Plus tier, join this journey with us in the River Edge Futures. I'll be posting plays. And my plays come throughout the day. Sorry if you don't catch them fast enough. I'll try and post them ahead of time if I'm looking at them, but most of the time I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at in the live streams, and that's where I'm going to be taking my positions more than likely. And then I'm going to post when I'm like, hey, I'm about to do this. So just so you all know, but just for you to look at, like I said, not financial advice. Yeah, what are you guys drinking this morning? Unless you guys are already up for the day. You guys drinking coffee? Are you drinking matcha? Chai tea? What's your morning stimulant? What's your morning stimulant, guys? You gotta tell me that. Okay, so back to what I was initially doing to start the day. So I'm turning off all these accounts and my live account that's connected to this as well. So once I turn this off, I'm going to change my leader to the eval that I was working on, because I only have 2 of them. And I'm going to trade this one just like I normally would with any other account, because I'm in no rush. I think this one says I need like this firm says I need 106,000 total, but I have to get it over 2 days, or I can do it as ever long I want to. I just have a nice strategy that I can get it done in 2 days, sometimes 3, but because I have my live account built up and all these other funded accounts, I'm not too much in a rush when it comes to stuff like this anymore. So now that I have those connected, I'll actually have to delete this one. Actually, I'm not going to delete that. It's too much work. Too much work to delete that. Let's see. Hold on 1 second here. 66. Okay. Working on the account number thing. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna log out of this one. We're gonna log in to my other broker. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, now that we're into this thing, let's take a look. Let's see what we got going today. Let's start out with the S&P, because that's why we're really here. We're really here for the mother of all tickers, and that's the S&P. All right. Well, a lot of sideways action here. This is looking good as far as like opportunities. Here's the reason why. Looks like we've had a tough time breaking this, low here that has been created. And we're getting new lower highs. So, can you guess what kind of pattern we're looking at here? It's possible pattern if you just look at it. What's your guess? We just had this huge run up over the last couple weeks. Now we're in a stagnant pattern, and we're just kind of sitting here. Can you guess? So, if you guessed it right, we're probably in a descending wedge. This descending wedge pattern showing lots of nice support based on some of the EMA bounces or some of the RSI bounces. I don't know what this is. What the heck? Oh, my Bollinger Band got moved somehow. I was like, what is that? Why is that down here? That's pretty cool you can do that. I don't want it there, but it's there. How can I move this thing? Usually you drag it. Move existing panel above. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So we're going to be looking at this right here. I would only almost consider, when was this, back last week? Let's just focus on this week for the smaller time frame and stuff. We're going to just do that. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm going to keep it cautious because of this last pump from last week where there showed some support. Because there's another one over here. But the thing that is supporting my fully bearish possibilities is, look at the EMAs. We're combining it all together. We have a tightening of a Bollinger Band, so a directional play is going to occur at some point today. So we have the EMAs crossing down below the 200, and the 50 is coming at it. It's coming at it hard. So this is where I'm going to be looking for a play today, is right here on ES. If I have a breakout and a retest in any direction, I'll be either shooting for longs or I'll be shooting for shorts. Historically, when you look at the statistics and talking to like ChatGPT or the Grok or Gemini or whatever robot you use, when I started putting in like the test and breakout systems in there and like essentially copy and pasting the type of scenario for these charts, from pennants to cup and handles to that, your percentage of success with those trades, don't worry, I'll keep the math small this morning because my brain hurts already. It's more closer to the 70% win rate when you're going in the direction of the 250 EMAs. So as long as those are corresponding with your breakout in that direction, your win percentage goes up significantly. When it comes to going, and that's back tested over, Grok's setup and AI's setup from that. And that's kind of where I started to pinhole my strategy towards these breakout patterns a lot. Now, it's not 100%, but it's still pretty close to about 70%. The crazy thing is when you go in the direction opposite of the pattern from the 50 and the 200, specifically all this was on the 10-minute time frame. It drops to about 30%, 40% win rate. It's very interesting that it was able to pull those facts up, and that's just based on 1, the S&P 500, 2, the yen, and 3, XRP. So those were the only 3 that I actually did those statistics on. Hopefully I can pull it up next live stream for all you earner tier and earner plus tier folks, and I'll show you what Gronk had to tell me over back testing it. So I have it because everything's in the cloud. He has control of all those things. So this is what I'm looking at today, just so you all know. We're going to be looking at this 7379 breakout here. So set your alerts. I'm going to set this crossing down, and I'll do per bar close. What is the are you familiar with the Van Manchu Cipher B? I am not, Bishop. What is that? So we'll do another one here. All right. So we got both our alerts set up. I could go back and take a nap if I really want to. And, but, you know, I don't know about you guys, but if I drink coffee, I've drinking coffee for a while now. It does nothing as far as keeping me awake. I thought the caffeine would keep me moving, but I can go sit on the recliner and fall asleep almost immediately if I need to. Let's check out some other events. What do we got going on today? All right, today, how did that come out? Ooh, Japan came out with a GDP. Had a better GDP. Oh, but it's a preliminary. Okay. But that's good. That's a good thing. It's a high impact thing. Just be careful trading today. Markets may be weird. FOMCs tomorrow. Just to let you know. People start coming in and placing their bets. I feel like, this is just my opinion, that's when the real gamblers come in because they're trading the news. And so it's a 50-50 shot. Kind of like a 60-40 shot because you kind of know what Powell's going to do just based on the, you know, some of the CME watch tool stuff. So people gamble on that. So it kind of skews the markets the days before and the day into it. So as long as the macroeconomics stay the same, then eventually chart direction has to catch up with that. So now we got this all taken care of and set up. Let's take a look at gold. So this is what we're looking at here. You know, just to be on the safe side, I am going to shrink this down to about here. This weekly one and that candle there looks so strong. This will be my bottom. 7375. Why not give it more breathing room? If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. If it does, it does. So because it's not market open yet, be prepared if there is a market open time that we may see a fake out wick to the south or the north, and then it will continue in its intended direction. So just keep that in mind. Just has to gain that momentum. Bishop, I'm still waiting on what is, Cipher B. I'm very curious. Always curious to learn those things. As far as gold, we're still in that pattern. I'm, as far as actually like what I'm going to do with it, we have the Bollinger Band tightening right around the, where the zones, the support and resistance zones. So this breakout has happened. Oh, let's see here. I want to pull this up. Oh, jeez. Is that zoomed in enough? I want to pull this up because there was a time, I think it was in March. Maybe it was February. I think it was one of my losing months. I think it was this one, this day. This is the first time so, what was that? February 12th. Okay. So I want to show you something. There was a time when I was waiting for the dip of the century. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Right here. See this? See this pattern it happened in March. And it also happened in February. I noticed that it happens at least once a month. There's a big move like this. So right here, this is a historical moment that This was trading back and forth in a nice box. And then after about about a whole week, this one took a while. This didn't even happen until later in the week. But initially it had a drop from here. But this one, same thing as what we got going on to this week, right? Consolidation right here. So once we get a breakout in a direction, we could see some monumental moves. If all the macroeconomics stay the same, well, they might catch up with gold. And that's going to cause further down pressure. So this is just a historical thing, like statistically, the same thing. So you start seeing these same setups, you start prepping yourself for the same thing. Now, it could go the other direction. Don't get me wrong. It can happen. The market does weird things. So that same thing is what we're looking at over here. Right here, right? We had this big push down, and now look where we're at. If you weren't even watching the chart, and that's all you were watching, same thing. You're like, hey, Chris, that's the same one. Your screen's frozen. Nope. Same thing. Yeah, Bishop, I've never heard of that as the RSI indicator. You'll have to elaborate in the chat. Is there any benefits to it? Is it pretty cool? What you got going? So this looks good. We had a candle closure here. Yeah, and we had good volume. So I'm going to wait for a pull up a little bit on this one. Almost trading like a fair value gap type of scenario. Because the candle opened. The candle opened without breaking below. Oh, well, look at that. When you zoom in, it does things. So I'm going to wait for a little bit of a pullback. And I'll probably enter about 50% of the candle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3.5. So I'll wait until about here for another short. And I'm just going to sell 5 micros. So we'll do a limit order right there. And where I'm going to be shooting for is the breaking of the Bollinger Band. It's going to be that spot for me. And my stop loss will be back up here on the 200. So I'll set that up here. So here. Then the breaking of the Bollinger Band. About right there. So there you go. This would be a quick little scalp just before market open at 6:30. I try and get out before the market opens. Sometimes there's opportunity to stay in the position. Sometimes there's not. I just feel there's a lot of change in sentiment during that time. But overall, if I'm looking at a A+ setup, this would be considered like a C or B type setup. Like I'm going to take a chance on this just as for like scalping purposes. I'm waiting for down here for longs. If we have a bounce off of this and we go back up, which would be pretty funny, I would take a long. I would take a long to bounce off that. But with that being said, my bias is still short, so I would just wait. You could just wait until we have a retest back up here and re-enter the position up there. But I'm in a competition. I'm doing riskier things right now, and those are my riskier things. Just waiting for those setups like that. Or, shoot, if this breaks through this and gets our retest like we want, I am definitely short. I'm definitely going to go short with that. I don't see why not. It sets itself up for what it needs to be. Yeah. And now the wait happens. If you haven't already, guys, okay, make sure you want to be getting all my fancy plays. You can go below the live stream here today if you'd like. If you go below it, you click, or you're already in it, so when you go below it, you'll see the links for Earner Plus tier, or if you want to be a member of the Stock Moe community. If you need more, you can just come to my description, and I have links for each one. Okay. There's a payment plan option now, which is really good. You can pick, you want to pay monthly, you want to pay quarterly, whatever it is. They have options there to make it cheaper for everybody. Just use code MOE at checkout, and that'll get you 40% off. And, if you forget, I put it all here. You can join me for futures trading. You can join, my brother's Alpha Status Stocks, which he'll be trading this evening, I believe. I think he's up next. Yeah, he's up in 10 minutes. He's going to be doing some low cap stocks. So, and then you got Jordan, and he's going to be doing paper trading, teaching you about paper trading. Awesome stuff. These guys are cool cats. So very smart. A good chunk of us are instructors or teachers, just like myself. We got Dr. Stock in the Earner Plus. Good stuff. Really good stuff. The community is great. Not only do that, I love these bot alerts. These bot alerts are a game changer. Like, I set up what I set up today, but you can really set it up in, for your stocks and all that stuff. And I don't have to worry about that. It's already set up here. So then I can take my shorts or my longs on my options plays when I'm trading stocks. So cool. Very cool. Don't forget to join. Don't have to if you don't want to. But it's there. It's there. Oh, look at that. Looks like we're in the position. So let's see what she does. Speaking about that. All right, I'm going to look up that Fu Manchu cipher on me telephone. Very curious now. Okay, my guy, why are you blowing up my phone? Oh, it looks like Mo just posted a video. So, when you're done here, jump over to Alpha Status Stocks. If you're in the Earner Plus tier, he's going live. I think he's going live for he's only going live for the Earner Plus channel only. So just remember, eventually we're all moving to just Earner Plus. So just remember that, my guys and gals. Eventually we will all be on one system all by ourselves, and only those folks have access to us. So upgrading is where it's at. We'll be here for a while. So if you want to continue to learn, continue to earn, as Mo would say, we're going to be here. I'm going to be here for you guys. Okay, back to this RSI indicator that I keep getting distracted on. Okay, let's see here. Fu Manchu Cipher B. Oh, it's a popular free trading view indicator designed to replicate the paid market. I used to trade stochastics. That was actually what I started on, was good morning, Jenna. I started on stochastics in the beginning when I was like strategy hopping, and I felt like I found something during that time trading stochastics, and it's not bad. Stochastics are a pretty neat little tool as far as like when the change of direction happens. It's kind of like RSI in a way because you're still getting the same push. Here, let's pull it up. Let's pull up this indicator. I think I still have it on here. Yeah, right here. Double stochastic. Yeah, see, I have it starred and saved. Okay, so right, I'm a little rusty on my stochastics, but you have ranges on this, kind of like the RSI, right? There's this 70 and this 30. So when you see the lower, I think what was it called? They call it length K and length D as far as like the numbering for each line. But when you start to see a flip and a cross, that's when in some strategies people will buy on the stochastics as the momentum shifts. But you have to wait until it crosses back above this lower 30 RSI down here. So that's just like another little thing that people will use is the stochastics indicator. And that's just the shift of momentum. You'll see it shift back and forth faster than you would with RSI. So that's why people would use this for scalping. And like right now, we're pushing back above its 80 zone, but the momentum is going up. So this could tell you, if you're trading with this here, that direction is changing. Direction is moving here, and the volume for longs is occurring. So kind of interesting little tool. I used to trade with it. I could probably do better with it now, but I have so many like indicators and I already have a system now that I'm not one to jump system to system anymore. I have finally completed that phase of my journey and I will not be doing that anytime soon. But if you like it and you use it and you have something down, I do preach that, is you got a strategy, you got something that works, you enjoy it, and it works for your brain, then use it. Definitely use it. So, cool stuff. Yeah. Cool stuff. What's everybody drinking this morning? I've gotten 0 responses on this drink cocktail thing. I got a nice espresso coffee in this cup. What do you guys got? Unless you're just like, no, I drink white peach monsters and I'm off with my day. Or I just wake up and breathe in the air and I'm good for the day. If that's you, bless you. Bless you, kind people. I'm glad you can handle the lack of caffeine. But I guess would it be the lack of, or would it be the the growth of? You don't need it. You don't need the morning stimulants. But yeah, let me know down in the chat what you got for coffee. What's your favorite morning stimulant? All right, now we're just running this. So yeah, Jenna, if you're still in here, we're still for gold. If you missed it, we're still in this pattern here of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We took that trade last night. That made some money for everybody. It actually hit my take profit for the day, so now I'm just trading in the competition account and a couple evals. So, and my personal account is off right now. So, but yeah, this is pretty nice. Actually, there's another competition going on. I forgot I got to sign up. I got to get logged into. Yes, there is. I should probably take care of that. Yeah, water. Nice, Thomas. Hey, that's what they say. Huberman, I think it's Andrew Huberman. He talks about drinking a giant like cup of water, like at least 12 ounces, and just gulleting that down is actually really good for you. And then just getting some sunshine. There's a lot of health studies behind that. I'm really big into at least trying to get some sunshine in the morning, and it's supposed to help be more of a natural wake up than trying to push stimulants. They do say you should wait an hour before taking in any like coffee or caffeine, and that's just based on his stuff and his knowledge. And I think he's a neurologist, smart guy, smart guy. I listen to a lot of that stuff because I'm, like I said, I'm a firefighter paramedic, so I try and study health and do all that stuff so that I can give my patients, a better understanding of, how things work. So, and I like to see how things work. Yeah, so Jenna, we're looking at this breakout here. You can see there's Bollinger Band tightening here. So this is a pretty, yeah, enjoy, Bishop. Jump over to Andrew. Just enjoy the day. This is the Bollinger Bands we're looking at here. We're looking for a breakout in either direction. The other one was MES. So you'll probably have to pause that last one so you can see what we're looking at here. But if you have to go or anything. But this is my line in the sand for both of them. I'm looking at 4,523, and then the resistance is 4,585.86. So that's my support and resistance. And then on MES, we're kind of in a wedge pattern now. So if you look at it, we have this bottom line of support and this little decreasing higher highs. So for this one, I've set an alert up for a breakout between these ones. So any direction I could go, I could try and trade to bounce off of this to go up, and vice versa down low for a short. We do have the EMAs crossing right now, so it's kind of bearish, but when market opens here in a moment, I'm going to be curious to see what happens. So this is where I got my support line in the sand, is at 7375, and then my other one is at this descending trend line. So just so you know, so you have access to that. I'll try and post my trades if you're in the earner plus tier, so that you guys can catch them when I do start to enter them, but use your own due diligence. So, but Andrew's on, so I am gonna not run over his little stream, and he's a smart cat. So if you haven't, jump over to him and trade some penny stocks.